sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Is this the kind of sound that you wanna hear? Is this the kind of vibe that you wanna feel? 'Cause I'm the type of guy that you'll never fear. You could do your thing, then come near. Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high on our break. I'm all about the look that you're giving me. I'm all about the dance moves you're letting free. Well, I'm all about a sweet sound and loving spree. So listen from my melody. Yeah, maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. So we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah. And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Yeah, this is the kind of sound that I wanna hear. Yeah, this is the kind of vibe that I wanna feel. And you're the type of girl, baby, you're the real. Check it one time, what's the deal? Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. Yeah, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah. And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. We're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah. Oh, it's about that time for us to look around and meet somebody new. Well, let's all welcome in familiar faces, perhaps somebody who has a conflict in their life. Alright, tell them you're sorry, but there's ways to change the wrong to right. See, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds pour thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. Well, it's a struggle every day. We're stressing.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, on the grind, getting I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
VIP me put in my pocket, it don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, money.
Called out here for a pill. Really tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life, so I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down! The generation is something cool. We just got tired of doing what you're going to do. Like a freak boy. Yeah. Like a freak little man. Break it down.
Woo! Whoa. First one of the day. Got me. Let's see. How many days do we got left until the NFL season kicks off? Let's see. We got 586. 87 days. 87 days until the NFL season kicks off. We are getting there. We're under 3 months now, officially. Officially in redraft mode now. We started our final dynasty of the season. We'll be done drafting that next month. Best ball drafts are in full effect.
What?
The divisions we're filling up right now. We got the replacements fast draft, Mighty Duck slow draft,
What?
and the Sandlot slow draft. And once we fill up and start drafting the Sandlot, that would officially be 40 divisions that we've started drafting in.
And that's the bottom line.
Give me a hell yeah! Let's see who's up in here. Stranger in the house. Up. He said smoking on some sour banana sherbet. I like it. I like this strain so much. I went back and bought another ounce today. I'm going back today to buy both of the last 2 ounces if they still have them there.
You gotta
What up,
beat me
Eric?
to it. You gotta beat me to it.
What up,
I'm going.
Dico? What up, Crispy? What's going down, guys? Man, I saw this shit on Instagram, and for everyone who's into wrestling, you're gonna want to look at the screen right now because this shit is so funny. I don't know. It's a man and a woman. I don't know if they're husband and wives, friends, brothers and sisters. I don't know, but it's fucking hilarious. Look at the screen. Here we go.
Yo, rap, bro, come on. Damn. Yo, that ain't cool, man.
Right now. Here you go.
It's always
Just trying to feel cool.
here.
Hey, man. They'll get a lot of people like that, bro.
Man, that shit, like, I'd love it if I saw some shit break out like that in front of me.
I'll jump in, bro.
Oh man, that shit is so funny, man. I love people who are that much geeks about wrestling. It's so funny. Like Stevie B's always tagging me in some shit like that if he ever sees it.
Yeah.
Because like these fucking guys, like they're looking like they're like ninjas and shit in just in the dojo about to do some karate shit, and then they just start busting out with all the wrestling moves.
That's tight.
Hell yeah. And man, that was funny. He hit her with the Stone Cold Stunner and the RKO out of nowhere. And but yeah, she was a savage, hitting everyone with the spear. Who do you think has the best spear?
Rhino.
Rhino, yeah. He used to like, wow, you just like almost come out of your boots.
I mean, I guess that's why it was called the gore, right? It wouldn't quite. It was like just a crazy ad. Like if you saw a spear come, like I mean, there's the Goldberg spear, and then I also like Edge's spear because like Edge has done it like legendary ways. Like remember the TLC where he speared dude in midair.
Dude, that was, I mean,
Come on, right? Like, I mean,
there's like epic, like falls / moves, like ever.
This motherfucker, they both jumped from the joint and he speared him in mid fucking air, like 30 feet in the air. Like that shit. I mean, the more and more I try to remember it, it's like gets big, it's taller, bro. It's like 50 feet in the air, bro.
Well, see, that's what's crazy is like, man, I mean, the people when we were teenagers or, or preteens or whatever, and people saying it's fake. So, okay, I want to see you fall off a ladder, even if you're falling onto a kid or something. Fall 30 feet in the air like that and tell me if that shit's fake. Like, you can't fake falling.
You're gonna superplex me off the roof of the 420 mansion, bro, and we're gonna tell these motherfuckers this shit is not a joke.
And Derek said Goldberg had the best spear to me. I mean, because Goldberg was like, yeah, he was just decleating you
because he would spear you and then kind of violate you, right?
Well, it's
even
like
when he hit the jackhammer, he put his leg all over you while he was pinning you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he got real sexual if you think about it. He was like one of the real aggressive sexual offenders.
And fucking Roman Reigns, I mean, right now, like, I mean, he's probably got the best spear in the game, like, right now, out of, like, active.
You know what? Is he a good worker?
So,
yeah, because I feel like people that do the spear, it's almost like you might not be a great worker, or like, hey, I used to play football, and you're like, good, you know how to tackle, that's your move. You know what I mean?
Like, that's the thing, though, is like he's one of the Rock's cousins and comes from all that lineage. Like, these motherfuckers were like born to fucking wrestle. So yes, he's a good worker. I just think it was all the when they try to push someone on you that's not the that people don't want baby faces to be pushed on you. It's like you're either a natural baby face or you're a heel, and I felt like he got pushed so much as a baby face, but people just wanted to boo him. Like, I don't know why it took him like years to like, okay, let's just make him a heel.
Well, it took him. Remember, he got they tried, even when they made him a heel, they still didn't like him, and then he came down with like leukemia for real in real life, which is also like, it's kind of funny because it's like, Roman, we're gonna give you cancer. People love people with cancer, right?
Well,
then all of a sudden, it was like,
they said he did have it before, though. Like,
yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, though, like, how are you gonna hate on this dude now? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, would you put it past Vince to do that? Obviously, it was a shoot, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I guess I wouldn't put anything like past Vince. Like, we saw Mae Young about to give birth and shit, and gives birth to a hand. Like, we've seen some wild, outlandish shit.
They did that before? I don't remember that.
Mark Henry impregnated her, and and she gave birth, and it was like a hand that came out. It was like Thing from the Addams Family or something.
I was about to say, like, if they was promoting an Addams Family movie, I could see that. You know what I mean?
But I guess the thing with Roman is that because I was still kind of, when I was watching a little bit before it just started, I don't know, just getting super lame, and I just had other more important things to do.
Yeah, when did he come in the mix? Like 2010 or something, or was he? You know what I mean?
I mean, he was with NXT. They came out as the Shield. It was him, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose, and they were just like fucking everybody up. And see, like, them as a faction, like, they were dope. Like, everybody was fucking loving on them. Like, because they would, like, come out of the fucking, they'd come out of the arenas and walk down the fucking, the stairs from
the thug shit.
Yeah, like, and they were dressed in all black, like fucking, like Black Ops.
On some thug shit.
Yeah, and seeing, like, and then it was Seth Rollins turned. He joined, he went heel and joined with Triple H and the Corporation. and then the Shield kind of dismantled. But it was because like all three of those guys on their own right could be like in the heavyweight, contention mix. So it was just probably about that time to do it. But I mean, it was because Roman was supposed to be a babyface that he never embraced any of the heel. Like he's getting booed and he looks like he's like, pissed off, like up there, like when he's trying to give his promo. It's like him getting booed is fucking up his promo and he's not playing along with it and can't control the crowd. Like a lot of it, that's really what I feel that it was in the beginning. Because heel or babyface, if you can control the crowd, you can control the crowd.
And I think like, for some reason, when it came to Roman Reigns, the WWE universe was like, yeah, I don't give a fuck if you're related to The Rock. Boo this motherfucker, right? Like it was supposed to be an auto baby face, you feel me?
Well, remember what happened with The Rock? It's like, remember when he came out as the Blue Chipper or whatever the fuck they called him? He did shitty. Like nobody
Rocky Maivia?
Yeah. Nobody gave a fuck about him when he came out at SummerSlam of 96 or whatever the fuck it was. And JR's all fucking super hyped because he knows his potential. Oh, this kid's going to be one of the great ones. Or like,
he's a good looking kid.
Hyping him the hell up. And yeah, it wasn't until he turned heel and started talking shit and then like, slowly earned the respect of everyone because he was so good that you just could. It didn't matter if he was a good guy or a bad guy. You just could not hate on his mic skills. You could not hate on his work in the ring. I kind of think that's what's happened to Roman right now. I think.
But he did get that phone. He got that phone call though. You know what it sounded like, right?
Let's hear it.
Hey, Rock. You're a good-looking kid. We love everything you're doing. Oh, okay, Jim. Yeah, but the hair, Rock. The moment he cut the hair, he was fly off. We were like, and you know what? I guess like, what was it? You that was telling me the story. Like he played cars and all this stuff, and he would ride with Ron Simmons and all them. Yeah. And they were like, bro, come rock with us. You know what I mean? They ain't giving you no push. And then like that's probably the best thing that ever happened to him because then the storyline became, okay, I take over this crew right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think Ron Simmons was like contractually he was about to be up. You know what I mean? So now, and then like, because remember the NOD went through a crazy ass little phase. They even brought in Owen Hart at one point. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean it's fun. I mean, for the longest time, it was okay. They were just a black faction, but then you start bringing in other people, and then it's not just now they're a black faction. Now they're just a really dope faction, and I think that's everything that Farouk had been trying to do. I mean, shit, he was the first black WCW champion, right? Like he's trying to make a push to get black athletes just to be athletes. But here goes. I mean, this is the one that put him over the map. And make sure you subscribe to our Attitude Era Rules channel if you have not. Look at this, 120,000 views. This is on our channel over here. So make sure you go subscribe because we're trying to get closer to get monetized over there. We got almost 300 subscribers.
Yo, wait, bro. Tell him, Rocky.
Tell him, Rocky.
I got 3 words. Die, Rocky, die. That's what I get from you pieces of crap. For all my blood, my sweat, and my tears. Hey, this isn't about the color of my skin.
Rocky sucks.
This is about respect.
That's funny.
I became the youngest Intercontinental Champion in WWF history. And what did it get me? In arenas across the country, I heard chants of Rock sucks.
It's almost like he gave them,
Rocky
he assured them that this is what you should be chanting.
Isn't one of them.
Because he's embracing the heel. You know what I mean?
It's not a white thing. And hey, let's talk about a racist faction. You want to talk about a group that's prejudiced? Let's talk about the DOA. The DOA epitomizes racism. But hey, you know what the hell with the DOA? I want to make one point to all you jackass fans out there. Rocky Maivia and the new nation of domination lives, breathes, and dies respect. And we will earn respect by any means necessary.
Look at he took the Malcolm X thing right there, bro. He's hella smart.
Yeah. And
by any means necessary.
One thing that's crazy about this video in particular. So I posted this video right when COVID started, and I was gonna start. It was funny when I'm working an actual job. Like one of the things that I want to start doing is building a WWF like channel. We didn't even start doing. Didn't even really do like the fantasy football like stuff like really even then. But I was like, man, it'd be so sick if we had like a channel where it was like you could just go back and just find like hella dope Rocky promos and hella dope fucking Stone Cold promos and all this Attitude Era shit. So I post the video and then COVID comes and then I start doing the fantasy football stuff. I didn't open that account for like a year, like didn't even pay attention to it. And it was like, there was like, I don't know, like 20,000 views on the video. And I was like, what?
What?
And then the Young Rock starts coming out, which I do recommend watching for everyone. And the more I think about it for you, Bogey, I feel like you should watch it, but you're going to be hella critical of like certain things that you may have.
I'm critical when I watch commercials. Because a commercial comes out, I'm like, he's eating that soup way too fast. It just came off the pot. Here, honey, the Campbell soup. I'm like, this motherfucker came right off the pot, bro. That shit's hot.
Because I'm sure there was like certain things that like got changed around a little bit just for like, just for TV.
Dramatization. It's for dramatization.
Yeah. Which most of this stuff was drama that was going on in his life and with his dad. And his dad was always living the gimmick. That's the first thing that he taught him.
Like it could be like for example, if you're writing based on a true life story, you know what I'm saying? You could be like, okay, like the true story could be, he wanted to challenge him, so he said, "Hey man, why don't we have a match?" He's like, "Sure," right? And then you're writing the script, you're like, "Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work." Okay, he walked up to him in a diner and spit on his burger and was like, "I want to see you in the ring," and then a fight ensued. Yeah, write that down. You know what I mean? Like drama.
So it's like the whole show is The Rock talking to different people and telling stories based on kind of whatever's happening or whatever they're talking about.
Is this supposed to be from a present day Rock, like narrating?
Future Rock narrating. Cool. So it's like he's running for president and like, I don't know, 2040 or like whatever Ricky said he's going to run for president. It's like something like that. Where it's like Future Rock running for president and he ends up losing the presidency.
Spoiler alert. I haven't even seen it, bro.
Don't worry. But it's funny.
Come on, you ruined it.
Oh man, that'd be funny. Like if he would have made himself become president, but
I would have been even more mad. What? Bullshit. Who voted for him?
But one of the
I would vote for The Rock. Come on, we all voted for The Rock.
He talks about different like time periods of his life. One where he's like in elementary school, one where he's in high school, another one where he's in college, and then one where he's starting off in the WWF, and then they have other stuff like going forward to the Attitude Era. But a lot of people came back to look for this video because of The Rock, like they showed that when he actually did the promo, but it's like all the characters and everything doing the promo, recreating, the promo that they're doing. So it's so funny, like just on the comments, so many people are like, who else is here because of Young Rock? And
that's funny.
There's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments of like people that wanted to go search the original, Rocky Nation of Domination shit, like because of the show Young Rock. Insane.
I remember early on, like in Instagram, when I used to do like cooking videos and shit, or people would tell me, "Hey, bro, you should do like commentary on just anything."
Yeah.
And then like so one of the first ones that I even went as far as like to do it was in Dumb and Dumber when he's taking a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's just me like over the because I used to do this I used to do skits on my projects. You know what I mean? I mean, you heard a couple of them where like I'll take a skit and I'm just in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so in this one I'm coaching him up. You got it. Push up. Here it comes. Push. Dig deep. And he's like shitting. You know what I mean?
Shit.
But yeah, I got flagged trying to put it up, so I never you know what I mean? And I guess you could put it up without monetizing, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't know how to do any of that. No, that was like early on. I was just gonna do like whatever I wanted to do on my channel. Yeah, I was like, I'll just keep it a podcast.
Clock said, in my league, we have a friend not in our league doing blind tasting of beers we choose for him to decide our draft order. Wow.
Oh my God. See, okay.
like,
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
Hold
I
on,
don't
real
trust
quick.
any of my boys, bro. There'll be semen in there, bro.
So
I'm saying there's gonna be some kind of ejaculation in there, bro.
but you want him to be, I'm assuming that he has to get it correct for you to get a higher draft pick. So why would someone try to fuck it up?
He's like, man, semen. He's like, wait. That's clock management.
You remember Home Improvement, right?
Yeah, come on.
Do you remember the episode where Al is like, I can figure out any type of wood, just by
by smelling it.
Yeah, and then he gives them the couple different ones, and then he puts his sock on one of them, and he's like, "Oh man," he's like, "This one seems to have some sort of a fungus," and like drops it on Tim's foot with no shoe on because he had to take his sock off. Classic show, man. Classic show. Their weed episode.
You know why, right? Because all the good shows in the 90s, bro, where everyone was doing coke and, the writing was great.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Tim, he was
just doing blow and stand up all night, just working on the craft.
You know what I'm saying? Tim the Tool Man was on blow because he had to come up with these elaborate ideas for you know what? Let's do a lawnmower. You know what? Put a 351 Cougar in it. You know what I mean?
I wonder if he really did just watch like Bob Vila, and like just
rip him off.
Well, yeah, and I mean they have him on the show, so they're obviously paying some kind of homage, to him. But if we just went back and watched like old episodes, like, ooh, what if we did this? But everything's
on steroids, right?
Yeah, everything's all fucked up and shit too. Because that's all it was. It was just like them like showing off tools and shit like that, and then him like, okay, you guys can have those ones. I souped this one up a little bit.
Hey, you know what though? That's probably the premise of the show idea. Just watching Bob Vila shit, like, it would be funny if like this shit just totally fucked up right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Bob Vila,
like if he was good at shit, but like totally fucked. If he had knowledge of tools, but totally fucked everything up.
Or like. We just showed Bob Vila's hands and like he was like missing a couple fingers and you just like you just leave it to mystery, like how did he lost his fingers putting in work for the show, you know what I mean?
I mean the funny joke about like Al being like the star of the show is just like fucking like everyone likes him more, everyone likes the assistant more, the assistant's better. But Tim's always the first one. It's like, hey, Al, you can have those thoughts on the unemployment line if you'd like.
And why was it so funny in the 90s to like show like a middle-aged white dude like somehow without a shirt and have all this disgusting like chest and stomach hair, right? they always found a way to do that. And then it would just be hilarious.
And see, Clock says he ranks them from best to worst, and that's what decides the draft order. So, yeah, I mean, maybe someone does want the last pick, and then maybe.
Oh, but everybody brings a beer.
Yeah, so it's like different beers. Yeah,
bro, he's gonna be, bro. See, if I wanted the 12 though, that's when I drink several beers and then fool Lloyd Christmas's ass. I had him that beer full of my pee. You know what I mean? Yeah, hey, this one's a special beer. It came from my brewery.
And Carl, hopefully, I mean, yeah, if the shit's been out for years and years now, I mean, we don't hold back on the spoilers. It's kind of a spoiler because the election season 1 finale.
He's really upset. He's like, he doesn't pick up the president.
Oh man, this shit's funny. Man, I cannot wait till we start drafting some of these redraft leagues. I mean, we're like a month and a half away from starting the 32 team draft. July 31st is when we're going to start. And I want to see if we can get a hint, if we could get everybody to commit to somewhat paying attention to their phone when we start the draft, just so we could try to get like one round,
What's Alaska's time zone? I don't know why.
1 hour behind us.
Oh, okay. So they're actually not even like Hawaii. Hawaii's way. They're like what, 3?
Yeah.
And then 4 because they don't do.
Well, it's 2 and 3 for them.
Oh, there you go. That's
Depends
what it
on the
is.
year.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the
They
time
don't do
of
the
year.
thing. Okay.
And I mean, see, like, it's so much work to try to have to remember Arizona and Hawaii because those are the smart ones.
Because they don't do the daylight savings.
So it's like for half of the year, we have the exact same time as Arizona. And then for the other half of the year, they're an hour ahead of us. And then Hawaii, half of the year, they're 3 years behind us. And then the other half of the year, they're 2 years, 2 hours, 3 hours.
First time I ever had Schmitty on, I was an idiot because I didn't know the Arizona time was like, you know what I mean? So I set the time and he's like hitting me like, you ready to go? I'm like, oh, yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Early.
It was an hour earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's right. Arizona.
It was the time when time was like, that's what's crazy is I worked in sales and like, for
Well, I mean, that's why that's the Pacific Standard Time, right? Not like West Coast time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they can. What do they consider? I mean, Denver's in the same boat too, right? So it's what, Mountain Time is what they call it.
Yeah.
So Arizona is in Mountain. Okay.
Well, see, they're in Mountain Time and Pacific Time because they don't
They're in the Pacific Mountains.
Yeah, when they don't change their clocks. So when I don't know if it's spring forward or fall back, whichever one puts us to like the same time, you know, them at the same time.
I mean, I guess because they're like, fuck that, we're at a certain elevation, bro. But Vegas don't do that.
No, Vegas stays the same.
And they dumbass high.
Well, I mean, all of Nevada, because it's not even just like, you know, certain cities would change. It's like the whole state.
That would just be insane.
And see, and your phone must know that you're in Arizona, right? And it doesn't change your clock because everyone else, I mean, outside of Arizona and Hawaii, your clock changes.
Phones, when the phone started, I mean, shit, I can't even remember when the phone started automatically doing that. It's just always been like that. Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that's just annoying. Like you have, you know, having the clock in your car and shit. Like, man, we really got to go and change this shit, huh? The fucking stove clock and microwave clock, you know, just a couple random ones that do not update.
I have a motherfucker. Don't let the power go out in my house because then that motherfucker be flashing 12 for a whole year, bro. Like, bro, I'm late every day. I'm like, shit, it's noon.
feeling like Marty McFly always.
Does that.
Oh man. Oh, reminder, since we got a bunch of people in here hanging out, make sure you go subscribe to both podcasts. We got the Fantasy Football Hustler podcast and we got the Silver Screen Breakdown podcast. Our new format on the Silver Screen Breakdown, we break down each show into 3 acts and we have some bonus content every week for you guys because you know we get off the rails. Act 1 always drops on Monday. Act 2 Wednesday, and Act 3 is Friday, and then the bonus content will be on Saturday. So literally podcasts dropping all throughout the week. Make sure you go subscribe and turn on automatic downloads and give us a 5-star review on both podcasts. We need love.
If you love suspense thrillers, if you love suspense thrillers and ghost stories and mysteries, you're gonna love this one.
Oh yeah.
Shit goes crazy.
And we're getting back though. We're getting back to the roots. We're getting back to the stoner movies. And man, Half Baked is the movie that we're breaking down this week. It is going to be fucking awesome. And it's always Friday at 5:00 West Coast time. It'll be fucking awesome. We're going to be able to knock this one out probably pretty quick though. Cause like this is one, even if I didn't watch again, I mean, I could still recite the whole movie like the back of my hand.
Okay, let's see it. Let's hear it.
It all traces back to one memory. A single memory. Because me, Scarface, Brian, and lovable old James. Wait, lovable old James wasn't there. I don't even know no lovable old James. Well, that's what's funny is like I don't remember my first sexual experience and I don't remember this and that, but I do remember the first time that we smoked that sweet Chiba. Yeah, we can all share some of our first weed smoking experiences there.
Man, smoked a blunt actually.
Did you ever see the alternate ending?
No, lay it on me.
Ooh. So in the theatrical version, and spoiler alert, if you guys haven't seen Half Baked yet, it came out in 1998. What the hell are you doing with your lives? But it was he throws the joint and throws the joint into the river,
To the ocean.
the ocean. There you go. And he was like, I love weed, but not as much as I love pussy. And then he starts walking away. But in the alternate version, what happens? It's still on the rooftop, or it's still on the bridge, and same thing. I love weed, but not as much as I love pussy. But then he pushes her away, and then he runs back, and then he jumps off the bridge to go get it.
Okay, when they used to show this movie on Comedy Central, that was the version they would show.
What up, Zach? Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And and this was when like the Comedy Central, when they started showing movies at night and you're able to like cuss and stuff like that. That was, you know what I mean? Because that's one of those movies like.
Well, you know what I found out about that shit? Because there's a lot of movies where they have deleted scenes or things like that. It's really for the runtime. They like remove scenes out of there, and then they put scenes in that are like different time lengths and shit. But that's why we'll see sometimes alternate scenes or alternate versions on TV. It's fucking insane. And Clock said you need to do Ready to Rumble. Man, that's a good one.
Oh yeah.
That's for sure.
Foreign object.
Jimmy King.
They weren't really Nitro girls. The other ones were, but not her, huh?
Right. Yeah. Like she was an actress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they pretty much had all the Nitro girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of the people, like, why wouldn't you want to be in that movie, right? It was like the WCW is already kind of failing, like as far as
Don't you like that belt better? Like not the matte finish, right? Like not the OG one's the OG one, right? But like the theatrical version, they made it, shiny like gold would be shiny.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty dope, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yeah, definitely.
And where's that? I guess the OG WCW, the World Championship belt, like it's the same. Vince wanted that specific one because it has like a dent in it. You know what I mean? It has like some kind of dent in it that's like, you know what I mean? Like it, it makes it that's how that's the original one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's just hella old, bro. You know who Smashing Pumpkins are, right?
Yeah.
So the lead singer Billy Corgan, I guess he grew up like a big wrestling fan, like NWA specifically. He had bought NWA like years ago, and he's been trying to launch it. I think fucking the COVID fucked him up. But like, yeah, and like he's like carries around the old school NWA belt. You know what I mean?
Tight.
Right. I'm like, bro, I
want to wrestle. Promotion, I could stunt with this belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, WCW, man, it got really wild. I mean, that was one of the coolest things I think about WCW is like the Big Show, like going and it's funnier now, like going back and looking back because like I was watching like some of the skits, like I told you I went through and watched the NWA shit, and like it's the main three, and then the Giant, big AKA the Big Show. He was like one of the first people they brought on,
Yeah, he was. They had him wearing the Andre the Giant sling, and
yeah. And so like they were backstage smoking cigars, and he was like, "Yeah, I just got off. Just got done filming this action movie with Arnold, and we're big time, around here." They find out, that's Jingle All the Way. Like nobody knows at the time when they're talking about that because like the movie hadn't even dropped yet. But it's just so funny though, and like of course they don't say it's a fucking Christmas movie and he's playing a big ass Santa Claus and shit, but fucking hilarious. And then playing Captain Insano. After that, I don't know if that was right when right before he came to WWF or like right as he got into WWF.
When did he come in? 99, 2000?
99. It was.
I think he was already in that
it was
game.
the
He was
same-
already in the No Mercy game.
It was the St. Valentine's Day Massacre was when he came. And remember, it was when Stone Cold, Vince McMahon, they're in the cage. And then Big Show comes from like underneath the fucking ring. And but then he throws Stone Cold at the cage and the cage busts wide open. And then
That's right.
And Big Show's just a big dumbass who like fucked everything up for Mr. McMahon. That was, I mean, that man, just that whole storyline and story arc of like end of 98 until the beginning of 99. Like, man, it's so fucking good. So fucking good. Austin's getting screwed over the whole time, but somehow doesn't win. Doesn't
versus the Ministry.
Well, yeah, and I think the
that was like that era, right? 98, 99.
Yeah. Let me see.
The Ministry of Darkness.
Let me see. Ministry of Darkness. What would we call that?
Undertaker's gang.
Yes, they said that whole storyline, and I wasn't even talking about that one specifically because that was at I feel like it was after the after WrestleMania where that one started picking up. Okay. But yeah, they said that storyline lasted 8 months of 1999.
The Stone Cold Big Show.
No, the Stone Cold Ministry of Darkness.
Oh yeah. That went for a minute. That was like my whole 8th grade year. Like my whole junior high year, where it's like you go to school on a Tuesday and everybody's like, "Oh shit, man, did you see Raw?
Did you see that shit? Stephanie McMahon got stolen by the Undertaker."
That shit's funny. She hella looks like Vince McMahon. I ain't gonna lie. Even when she shaved the nose down, it didn't even matter. It was like, you look like your dad still.
Man, that was that was crazy. Like she got like it was like Ken Shamrock found her, right? She got stolen and put in the boiler room. It's always the boiler room.
Something about that boiler room. That's where the Undertaker sleeps.
And then
who made the boiler room famous? It was Mankind.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he would from the depths of the boiler room.
Yeah, and he would always have like the interviews in there where like the early ones with JR where he's like fucking pulling out his hair and shit.
Mommy. he called Gold Dust Mommy. That shit was funny.
And One Nation said, with Jacobs and Barkley planning on sitting out, do you think it's going to create a storm within the running backs in the league? Nah, because of the way that it works. And this is just their negotiations, right now.
It's funny because this is this is super normal.
Yeah.
Running backs trying to get paid. They're on the franchise tag. They're going to try to hold out. But really, it's like they love this because they're going to play.
Yeah,
and whether or not they get their contract or not, like this is their running backs. They have
Le'Veon
Bell fucked this up already.
And them
Bell trying to hold it down.
Them signing the franchise tag has nothing to do with nothing about them getting a contract because who's the only person who signed a franchise tag who hasn't gotten a deal yet? Tony Pasta, the only RB who signed the franchise tag for 2023.
Because he knows he's not finna get no deal.
Yeah.
And here's the thing is he signed his immediately. All those other guys, they signed it you have to sign it by June 2nd or whatever the fuck it was, June 1st or whatever. So
neither one of them have signed it.
For real?
Yeah, Josh Jacobs and Saquon, they haven't signed it.
You know why though too? It's so they're not implied to so they're not obligated to do any of the fucking
because
OTAs or
because whoever the fuck the Raiders
Debo did this last year.
The whoever the fuck the Raiders coach is was like, yeah, it's mandatory to attend if you have a contract, but since Josh Jacobs hasn't signed his franchise tag, he's not under contract.
And the running backs, bro, they want all the rest. But I'm telling you, they know because Lev Bell already showed them this doesn't work for running backs. So you know what I mean? They're trying to get their what is it, 16 a year? They're trying to match CMC. It's not gonna happen.
No. And I mean it's really what's the and what up office? What's the
16?
What I was gonna say what's the franchise tag right now? It's like 10.
12.
Right? Oh, it's
10.
12. Okay.
10.
It is 10. Like, yeah. I mean, I wonder because even if it was 10 for like 4 years, you know, or like what was the Aaron Jones like contract? It was like, I mean, really, it's like a
It
2
was
year.
basically like 6 or 7 a year for like the first 3 years, and that was the that ate up the guarantees. So
Wasn't it? But like his total contract though, because it was a glorified
like
2
50,
years.
it was like 50, 40 or something like that.
Right? Wasn't like 48, like 4 years, 48.
Yeah.
And see, and I think like, I mean, if Aaron Jones is getting shit like that, and then he restructured, you know, like why wouldn't other motherfuckers like? I mean, that's really all they want, right? Is the possibility.
You know what that is too is that's that becomes an organizational thing. Green Bay, they home grow everything, then they try their best to keep their guys, and they pretty much do all the time, except for like in recent history with trading away Adams and trading away Rodgers, we never seen them do anything like that. So maybe that could be that. I mean, because they did choose him over Jamal Williams, obviously, and they let Jamal Williams go, so he never saw a second contract with them. And I mean, second contract for a running back is very difficult. It's usually an extension. And like these guys that are first rounders, that it sucks when you're a first rounder and you're eating, because they're gonna, or let alone be an injury prone guy like Saquon or Jacobs. These guys, I think it's only been last year for Saquon and Josh Jacobs that played. Saquon, his rookie year, it was his rookie year, right? Okay, and last year for Saquon. Okay. Yeah, and you know what I mean? But prior to that, I mean, you know,
it was only the last year for Saquon. He was getting hurt for multiple years after that. But Jacobs stayed healthy the last 2 years, but it was a year before that.
Okay, that's what you said. Yeah.
Where he was all fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, he would always be fucked up. You know what I mean? So he would miss time or whatever. So I mean,
and you know what it is? It's not them. It's like every single running back always gets fucked up. Like there's only one Frank Gore, there's only one Adrian Peterson, there's only one like LT, and like there's only a handful of these guys throughout all the thousands of running backs that have fucking played in the NFL.
And then you see guys like running backs become jobbers, right? You're either a pass running back, like, and you'll last
that's
long.
the second contracts that we see 2 years, 8 mil, 2 years, 10 mil, you know, and that's like ceiling for some of these guys.
Yeah, and that's pretty good money for
I really think Dalvin Cook's ceiling is going to be 2 years, 12 mil. I think that's his ceiling of what
I think he gets a 1 year deal wherever he goes.
I mean, that's if he wants to bet. I mean, if he wants to bet on himself, right? That's the
kind of I guess you're right, because no one already expressed interest in trading him because of that contract, and then now people are going to wait till it dies down
because what was he making, like 9 or 10 mil, right? It was
exactly right. And so
that's what he was at first, right? Like with the Vikings this year, wasn't it like 9 or 10, something like that?
It was like 12.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're talking about the dead cap.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You're right.
The dead cap is 8, and on the books he would have been. I think they saved him 6 million or 9 million. So it was one of those ones where this was the year,
because he was still under contract for another year with them, right? Yeah.
So,
and nobody, because someone, I mean, they would have traded him for a 7th rounder, right? Like, I mean, if they just released him, they would have traded him for fucking anything.
But then that's when. But see, that's what sucks too, is because they tried to pull, you know, the good old Belichick, where you're like, hey, everybody, we're cutting him officially in 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what it is, right? You designate the cut, and then you have till the next, you know, what was it? It was Friday, 1 o'clock East Coast time, or 4 o'clock p.m. East Coast time last Friday was you know, when he cleared waivers and nobody had claimed him. You know what I mean? Nobody shot no even prior to that, no one shot no trade offer when they had that initial 24 hours when he was set to be released. You know, so he's gonna circle around and then choose somewhere and get less money. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's what he's gonna do now. He's gonna choose where he goes, and it's gonna be for whatever money works for that team. Like then there's teams that like really like, okay, the teams that have money, like, I mean, you know, we always bring up Baltimore having money, bro. Like, what if Baltimore did that shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, hey, Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, it's not far-fetched to be like, yeah, well, now they just have Dalvin and J.K., you know what I mean? Like,
especially like you're talking about two guys who have been like hurt throughout their first like contract with the team, right?
Yeah. And like, you're like, okay, you know, now we could see, I feel like wherever he goes, it's either there's only a small handful of places that where like it's not gonna fuck it up for the existing running backs there in fantasy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now I got a question for you, and this is 100% based on like what I'm seeing in the group. So, in the group, I made a post, and I was like, Dalvin Cook really wants to get paid like a top 5 running back, huh? I think this guy smokes more weed than me. That was the post that I made, and like, where do you think right now in the NFL, like, what RB do you think he is for you in the NFL, not in fantasy? Or how about this? Just off the top of your head, let's name the running backs that you think are better than him. That's probably a little easier, right?
CMC, and mind you, this is how I even felt when he was there in Minnesota, right? So like when Dalvin Cook was on Minnesota, this is how I already felt.
Yeah.
CMC is better than him.
1.
Nick Chubb is better than him.
2.
And this is, I'm not even talking fantasy. I'm talking about just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, real life NFL. Yeah.
Joe Mixon's better than him.
3.
Derrick Henry is better than him.
4.
Austin Eckler,
5.
better than him. Najee's better than him.
6.
JT is better than him.
7.
Brian Robinson's better than him.
8.
Yeah, I said it.
And that, I mean, that's not even without.
We're not done. It's got to be Josh Jacobs. Come on, Saquon. You know what I mean?
10.
Right? Bijan.
11. But that's what I'm saying is like, you know,
I mean, even Gibbs. I'll take a shot on Gibbs being better than him this year. You know what I mean? Like,
as an NFL player and fantasy, right? Like both.
Hey, you want to know who's a better pure runner than Dalvin Cook? Zeke.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook's what they call a slasher, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's one cut, he's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We haven't seen him have that in a while.
Yeah. And it's funny.
You're not giving him the volume. And like, I guess, he got a top 12 finish last year. That's cool.
Yeah. And it's all, I mean, and seeing, I'm going to say it, I'm going to keep saying it again, like being a top 12 isn't super special when all these running backs get hurt. Like being top 5 is just, you know, those are the elite of the elite. Are going to be
I'll take Cam Akers over him.
Yeah.
See, but then now, okay, let's do this. If he's in Miami, okay, who do you take? All those guys I named.
They're still running a committee in Miami, like no matter what.
Yeah, all things considered. So all those guys I named, I'm probably still taking all of them over him.
I don't think there's any place that he could land where he's going to get the opportunity that he had in Minnesota last year and the years before that. I don't think there's one landing spot where he's going to get as much opportunity. He's not the same guy though. And like in the group. So yeah, like my point.
Tampa Bay.
Even then, their offense sucks though. Like
I'm just saying, like he would get all the work. I think
maybe, but like man, they really like Rashad White though. Like they didn't draft anybody. They haven't been making any moves. Like I mean, this is one of those years. Like why are they gonna pay an aging running?
I hear you when you say that, right? But like, see, when you're like they only got Rashad White, I'm like, right? They should get Dalvin Cook. You know what I mean? Because Rashad White. You don't
think this is Tampa's rebuild though?
Yeah. I'm just saying, but they're in a division, but they're reigning champs in that division, and that division's not like the greatest. So I mean, I don't think they believe they're not in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, let's just keep it real.
Okay, New Orleans. What if New Orleans got him? And then you know what I mean? Because that would kind of entail that they're a little worried about. I guess they got Jamal Williams. Never mind, scratch that. I forgot they brought in Jamal Williams.
Yeah. See, I mean, that's what I'm saying though. Like. Yeah, I mean, I could nitpick probably everything, but you look, he was just getting everything. Like Madison's getting 8 touches, you know, on a regular. Like, I mean, but Dalvin's getting everything. So much goal line work. Like wherever he goes, he's not going to be paid like that, and he's not going to be used. Like, I mean, okay.
I like Miami though, because if you tally up all the rushing touchdowns they had with all those running backs from Jeff Wilson to Raheem Mostert and even Chase Edmonds before they traded him away or whatever they did. Yeah, they traded him. Before all that, they all had it was 12 combined rushing touchdowns. That's pretty notable. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like no matter, even if Dalvin Cook could string together 1,100 all-purpose and double-digit touchdowns, then we can't deny him being a fucking top 8-9 guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's if get him to Miami, I'll feel that way.
Yeah, for sure. Man, me and Chaotic, she sent me an offer for a blockbuster AJ Brown trade here
What league is this one?
in League 6.
Nice.
Getting a little intense over here.
Oh, she's trying to buy AJ Brown.
She's trying to buy AJ Brown, and this is a team where I'm rebuilding.
Oh, so yeah, I was about to say the only way you're talking if you're trying to rebuild.
Yeah, this team is. I mean, it's because AJ Brown. I love AJ Brown, so I'm really. That's just one of those things where I'm not like super.
My man, Hash Brown.
Yeah. All right. I sent the counter, Chaotic, and it's not asking for too much more. I'm doing some later picks on your end.
You know, I ain't gonna lie. I just be telling people, listen, I sent you a counter, and yeah, I'm asking for a lot more. You know what I mean? Because I am.
Oh, and so okay. So my point with the group and the post and all that is, man, there is still this huge portion of fantasy football players that say that he's a top 5 caliber still, and like it's funny because a lot of the argument
polarizing, bro.
Well, a lot of the argument is, well, look at his numbers over the last 5 years, and like for fantasy, like that the fucking doesn't matter. For the NFL, it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, every year is a new year, and like,
see how people are so dumb, bro. It's like you know what's the worst is when people say this about receivers. Oh, but look at him, bro. If he was on another team, bro, blah 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 blah. Like, okay, he like Terry McLaurin. That's the argument for hella years. You probably hella good, bro. Look at what he does. It's like, yeah, if they were good though, he might not do all that. They're a bad team, so they have to throw a lot. Like I think like Dalvin Cook,
it's like people wanting to get hooked up with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, there's only so many elite QBs in the league in real life as well as in fantasy.
Where are we? Is it 23 moving? I remember I think it was when we bent the block. It was CD Lamb, St. Brown, and Hash Brown.
Oh, so the 24? Oh, 23.
24, my bad. In the 24. You're right.
Man, 23, I'm on the clock over there. Oh,
fuck. Oh, yeah, that's right, because you made the trades.
Oh, damn it. I auto-picked over there. Took Tom Brady in the 40th. I kind of don't want that anymore. He said he's not coming back. I kind of believe it now.
And it's so funny, because it's the way we look. Last week, I was totally with you. And then until he came out, was like, yeah, avocados are testicles, but I'm not coming back.
Yeah. So let's.
That's funny.
Yeah, let's lock in Strange. I like getting him in that.
That's cool. I always like I just want him on my team to have him, bro.
All right, let's see. Okay, so
when you're Strange.
All right, so switched my pick over there. Can't believe I autoed. What the fuck?
It's all good, man. Come on. You know why you're on with me right now? I usually remind you when I'm just because I'm just a big old distraction, man.
Let's see. Oh shit, you're on the clock, and it hasn't been that long. I think Jay.
Okay, who got?
So let's see. So we got Patrick Mahomes. I'm just gonna read out all the first and second round. We got Patrick Mahomes off the board first. CMC. I took Joe Burrow at number 3. Hurts. Then Allen. Then Bogey took Herbert. T-Law. Lamar Jackson. Justin Jefferson. Justin Fields. Jamar Chase. Watson. And then second round, Bijan, CD Lamb, Amon-Ra, AJ Brown, Richardson, and Prescott off the board.
Come on, bro. Like you know me. I was waiting on my man, wacky ass Dak. Wacky Dacky.
What up, Theo? What's going down, bro?
That makes me really fucking mad right now.
And Chaotic said, are you rebuilding in the 5-2 about to offer there as well? Why do you have the players I need? So in 5, I am not rebuilding. I'm kind of more of, last year I was in the mix over there. Yeah, 4 and 6. Those are my rebuilding. Those are my like full rebuild teams. Number 9, I'm almost putting in the mix.
Hey, who you know who Stormy 1984? Storm B or something like that.
The stormtrooper, who was it?
Yeah, whatever. He got really upset. So okay. Which side am I on? Just right. So
wait, which league are we talking about here?
this is like League 20, right?
Okay.
So all of a sudden, without you looking, right? But all of a sudden, somebody's getting offered Alexander Madison, and they want Derek Carr in the third. How smoking is that?
I mean, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm on the Derek Carr side. I have Derek Carr.
Okay.
I'm like, bro, you're smoking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I explained to him why he's smoking. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to make a trade with him. I already looked at his team. I was like, oh shit, he got some things I want. So now I'm about to talk to him. You know what I mean? And I said, hey, here's the counter offer. I send you a couple. And then one of them was like insane, like something that no one would ever do. And then the other one was like to make that and it was designed to make the other offer look like, okay, this is more realistic, right?
Right.
The first offer was, because I looked at his QBs as like Josh Allen and CJ Stroud. So I'm like, hey, here's Derek Carr and Jared Goff, and then plus some extra shit. And then I was like, trying to get Josh Allen, and he responded, and like it's like 3 a.m. my time, like hella hours later. Saying my shit starts going off, and he is so fucking mad. You know what? I can't even fucking sleep.
Oh man, chaotic locked it in.
Ooh, okay, Leia, what is it?
I give up AJ Brown. I get a 2024 first, a 2024 second, a 2024 sixth, a 2025 first, and a 2025 seventh. So she sent me the 2 firsts and a second, and I added the sixth and the.
Man, chaotic just kind of makes me mad. I ain't gonna lie. Because now, if I'm trying to buy something off of Hudson and another leads me, well, you know how much I charge. You saw it. Even trying, listen, I'm trying to get a running back off of me. Trying to charge. He's like, you saw how much I moved Damian Pierce for. This motherfucker's about Damian Pierce off you for a first and a third. I've seen you do it twice. I'm like, I can't even get Stevenson off him, man.
I know I should have asked for more as well. Got to start getting these 6th and 7ths thrown in.
I should have asked for more. Damn, I love it.
That's good IDP depth, man.
Yeah, I mean, shit. It's funny. I always just throw in the IDPs, bro. I just see where it goes with it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know what? Just sweeten the deal up. Because I feel like.
Well, and that's what it is with those. Like, you're not getting a fucking good offensive player with the 6th and the 7th round. Like, that's like never happening.
No, but I'm talking about like when I'm making a trade, I'm always looking at their linebackers. Like, okay, what linebacker poach from them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Bye bye, AJ Brown.
Bro, you went 30 of these motherfuckers. I'm mad because I only got like 2 AJ Browns. And I'm mad because I'm supposed to get Whack Prescott right there, bro. Give me Garrett Wilson. Let's just do it. Let's do what we came here to do. In the 24, I'm not gonna hold these fine people up. I'm gonna keep this nigga Mosey draft on.
All right.
I need G-Dub.
There we go. Chaotic making a big push. AJ Brown is one of those guys who can definitely make.
I like that. I like it. That's a woman that goes out and gets what she wants. You go, girl. You go out there and get it. Take that shit from us. That's crazy because that's how I know you're rebuilding. There's never, ever no way you're moving any money like that.
No.
And then, of course, it had to cost that way. You know what I mean?
Hey, I mean, that's, yeah.
And your reaction to, oh, shit, she accepted it because she know that counter.
Well,
she could have chipped off of it. She could have chipped away at it. You know what I mean?
All I added was the 6th and the 7th. So it was she already put in the 2 first and the second.
You're straight.
Yeah, so maybe I should have even added more. I was thinking she might have countered or something, but I just want every time I trade now, if I'm rebuilding, I got to get some of these late picks just added in, like especially if I'm selling someone like an AJ Brown, because I got to be able to replenish.
If anything showed us, bro, this is the year where it was like, it was kind of lackluster on skill position players. So, these IDPs came out of crazy value. Like, we'll know this time next year if those guys were hitting, right? But like, man, like there's a great cast of dudes that fell, bro. Like Drew.
Yeah. Did Bogey go into the Matrix? And Carrick said, no, you shouldn't. It was almost a no. See, I knew I had to find a sweet spot, though. And it was because it was the 6th and the 7th. Figured you wouldn't really... I figured that wouldn't make you stop the trade process. Like, if you're going to give up 2 firsts and a second already, like giving up a 6th and a 7th, you know, like I figured that wouldn't be something that would have killed the deal. All right. All right. Yeah, and you do have a pretty good. Crispy said you robbed it. Knock it off. For AJ Brown, I might not with those firsts and seconds. I might I might not draft a guy who's anywhere close to the caliber of AJ Brown. That's really what it comes down to. Is like, man, there's a good possibility that the picks that I pick with those first 3 do not equate to what AJ Brown is. And you know that that's true. He's elite. He's a top 5 dynasty wide receiver. Extra elite. And yeah, that team, I know that team is pretty decent over there, Chaotic. That's for sure. The team that you have right now. All right. And Kay said, in a Dynasty Superflex startup drafted now, I traded my 506 and 1207 for his 410 and 1703. DK, Tay, Jacobs are on the board. Who you guys taking? I have T-Law, Stroud, Wilson, and ETN. So I'm assuming Devontae Adams. This one's a little tough here because I do like DK for like the long haul. Devontae, I mean, it's a good time to get him because like it's so late. But yeah. Jacobs, kind of the same thing. I mean, just the I'm nervous about
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
So we got a
crazy Matrix.
We got a question here from Case. In a Dynasty Superflex, they traded 506 and the 1207 for the 410 and the 1703. DK, Tay, and Jacobs on the board. They said, who you taking? You have T-Law, Stroud, Garrett Wilson, and ETN so far.
I probably lead the receiver, but if you want to go running back, it's not a bad spot to snatch up Jacobs right here. He probably might fall a little bit more, and you know what I'm saying? Unless, you know what I'm saying, with the news that he's holding out or whatever the fuck. But I mean, I tend to lean the receiver there. I just don't really like DK right there. I mean, like shit. I'd rather have a Judy right there. Do you with me on that? DK or Judy? I mean, I think most people's gonna lean DK.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm leaning because, I mean, Devontae Adams, you know, it's the 4th round, so, I mean, that's a good time, you know, to get him, but...
we're not even in the 5th round. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's the 410. And I even said 5th earlier, but they traded up to get the 410.
I mean, when you traded up, what was your target? Because then if you traded up, you just grab
it. I see, and it's almost like they made the trade just to make the trade. It's like, I don't want to trade up unless I
trade up. I usually know I'm trading up because I'm about to grab XYZ player. You know what I mean? Like, y'all both give me them.
Exactly. Because, I mean, you moved up. Well, I mean, I'm assuming this is a 12-team league. So you moved up, 8 spots there, but then you dropped down 5 rounds. You know, I mean, I guess if you don't have IDP, those rounds are kind of, you know, pointless anyways, but I guess that's what it comes down to. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to be DK. Let's see. And Marco said, "What are your thoughts on Trayvon Walker? Worth trading for?" Nah, not unless it's not unless it's a super low price. I mean, he didn't do anything last year. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to trade for him. Is all there's just almost no point of trading for him. And Kay said, "I'm leaning Tay, but I'm young enough to start going win now direction." Okay, tough one for sure, but leaning Devontae. I mean, if you're going win now and that you know that's what you want to do, like yeah, that's the person to take. He's probably the highest. He's going to be the highest valued out of all those players in a redraft. You know, so if you're taking a win now approach, which is you know kind of a redraft, you know approach, yeah, for sure, go after Devontae. He said, "Yeah, Tay was the target for me." Yeah. Oh, it's at the 4-9 right now. Guessing he goes DK or Tay. Oh, okay. So you're not even on the clock yet. I don't know what happened. Chaotic said that YouTube like shut down for her or something. I don't know what the heck happened. But yeah, let's smoke it up. And let's see. Monday we filled up some of the best balls. Let's see, which ones did we fill up? We filled up the AFC and NFC divisions, and we're gonna start drafting for those ones tonight. All right. And Office said, Dynasty Superflex QB2, would you rather have Stroud or both Goff and Hooker? I think I'd rather have Goff over Stroud. I mean, that's just me. I mean, I'm a little bit nervous about Stroud. I really am. I get nervous about a lot of these top QBs that might not be in the best situations. Hey, Peacock in the house. What up? What up? Peacock said JJ getting into the Ring of Honor versus the Steelers on October 1st. I saw that. Yeah, JJ is the man. JJ is the man. And Devo said, looks like we're waiting on one person to join the 37. Okay. 37 is the NFC, right? Who the fuck? Who the fuck didn't join over there? I'll figure that out when I get off. And there we go. Okay, said time to pull out some wax and start the day. Let's get it. Let's get it. Reminder, just going to keep throwing it out there. I need everyone to go show some love on the podcast. Go subscribe to Fantasy Football Hustler Podcast on Apple, on Spotify, everywhere you listen, Amazon, everywhere you listen to podcasts. And also the Silver Screen Breakdowns, man, the movie episodes, the movie reviews, recaps have been extra lit. We got our new format going now. Each podcast is like less than an hour, and there's a couple that come out throughout the week about each movie that we do. And Peacock said tickets already $350, and my usual spot where I get them for $110. Yeah, that's going to be a good one to go to. I mean, JJ was one of those guys, man. Like he's just such a fucking savage, such a savage. And nice, all right. Now time to smoke a dab. Kay said he took DK. I grabbed Adams. Appreciate the insight for show. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Go out there and start that win now team. Let's get it. And let me see. And Carl said, congratulations, Bogey. 3 minutes. 3 minutes to roll that joint compared to the 4 minutes for the first joint. Improvement, 44.62 seconds. I'm going to pull that back up when he gets back out here. Crispy, I did not take advantage of anybody. And Office said, you guys checked out The Big Lebowski yet? No, we have not watched The Big Lebowski. I mean, I've seen it for sure. We have not done it for the show yet. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up on Spotify here, and I will I'll tell you all the movies real quick that we have done for the silver screen breakdowns, and all starting from last year. We started last year in April, and we've been going tough ever since. The only hiatus that we had where we didn't record for a few months was when we didn't record from Paid in Full until like the Halloween episode, and that was just because of football. So we started off with Pulp Fiction and Jackie Brown. Draft Day for the NFL draft. We did that last year. Blood In, Blood Out. Cheech and Chong's next movie. Surf Ninjas. Paid in Full. Then we have our Halloween special and our Christmas specials. And then you got to go check out the Nelson interview if you guys want to hear more about Nelson, backstory, things like that. Go check out the interview. We did a best sports characters of all time. That one was cool. We did like bracketology where we were breaking shit down, audience and everyone watching got to get involved in that one. That was fun. We did Grandma's Boy.
Oh, and that was when we officially brought him on.
Yeah, Grandma's Boy was the first one.
Yeah, when Nelly became, we became a tripod.
Hell yeah. And True Romance. La Bamba, Point Break, The Warriors. We did The League Season 1. That one was fucking awesome.
And then this is where I make my epic return.
For Back to the Future.
Yeah, I was in the future.
Classic. We did Scream 6, which is a new classic for me. And then we did Butterfly Effect. And the one that we did this past week is Shutter Island, and the Act 1 pod dropped this morning. Yeah, I like the format of what we're doing. It makes it easier to edit. And I
only have one question for you. Who is the latest?
Never heard of him. And Office said favorite stoner flick. So we're doing Half Baked this week. We are going to get back into the stoner movies. I think we got to have I like what we did there. We did horror and suspense, for a few, and then we're going to get back into we're going to do Half Baked this week.
Let's have it out though. Favorite stoner movie.
Yeah. Well, hold on. And what did we say that we're going to do next week? Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred.
And then what did we say after that? We already had damn, what movie?
No Pontes.
I didn't make a note of it, but we said another movie that we should do after that. We'll figure that out. But favorite stoner movies, I mean, Half Baked and Pineapple Express are going to be the top two for me. Same.
My bad. I was just nodding my head. What was the question again? Favorite stoner movies. Damn, bro. There's so many, bro. To be honest, it'd probably be Cheech and Chong's next movie.
Yeah.
And then Half Baked. And then I'll throw because whenever I think of like my favorite, I don't know why I'm just wired to be like, it's got to be something from back in the days, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, recent joints, like automatic classics, and now we're 13, 14, 15 years away maybe. Now Pineapple Express, so I'm with you there because that's just like, that's an adventure movie, bro.
Yeah. And it's not, I mean, it's just one of those ones that was so true to like the culture. Like, I think that's what it is, right? If these movies are really, really true to the culture.
Yeah, because I knew, like, okay, there's the dope boys, and then there was your weed man. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was a weed man. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Like,
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't a D-boy, but he was
even in the movie. Remember? I thought, can I get some Percocet? It's like what?
Whoa! it was disgusting. Whoa! We don't do that shit here, man. You're in the wrong place, man.
My friend.
Fucking lingerers, man. I know. I can't.
But it's also funny because I get it from both perspectives. I mean, James Franco's perspective, where they are friends. You know, like, I mean, he comes over to his house and hang out, you know, like he probably doesn't have that many friends outside of.
But what's crazy to me though, right, is this is the difference between like the D-boys and not, is because like he has the type of clientele where he's like, yeah, you could come over, man.
Yeah, come through and hang out.
Come through and hang out. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
you're in a, you know, for the ones who are in the trap house, the real D-boys, like, you know, like yeah, you may be coming through for half a second and getting kicked out, even if you are, you know,
man, he might not even serve you because you come through with the Percocet, asking a dude like, "Oh, who the fuck is that?" Then there's somebody in the back. Yeah, I got that Percocet. You know what I mean? There's somebody in the back. Yeah, I got you, man. You know what I mean? Like, isn't that funny though? Isn't that funny how they just casually threw that out there, and then that's like the real epidemic?
Yeah,
like that became a popular like. I was just watching a Lil Baby interview, and he was like, you know, he because now his son is getting old enough to like be rapping his lyrics and shit. He's like, man, I can't be saying Percocet in a song. You know what I mean? So of course you're gonna find different flyer ways to say it and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, you know, you gotta be more conscious about the shit, right? And it's kind of funny how they foreshadowed that in that movie, like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
That was the other, like, outside of all the weed heads, this is what some motherfuckers is really on, bruh. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
On them pills.
Hell yeah. And yeah, it's so funny. I mean, just the whole spiel. Like, I like, see, even in Pulp Fiction, I know it's like, it's a pitch about heroin, you know, but it's still the sales pitch that I just like in general, you know, in these movies. And like Pineapple Express has the best weed sales pitch like ever. It's like the shit that Cat Williams is talking about. Like, these motherfuckers are so excited to tell you how much better this shit is than the last shit. And man, it's the whole like 5-minute story about if he's telling all the genetics and if this Northern Lights met this OG Kush and, you know, they fucked and they had a baby. And then over here you got this other headband and whatever. And fucked. And he was like, and it's only 10 more bones for a quarter. The whole spiel was just about to get $10. Like, I mean, I know the weed was that much better, but that's the funny part to me was the whole spiel was all about
how much more?
$10 for the quarter.
You expected it to be like 300 more.
Because he was at the $100 a quarter, you know, like, which is also true to the California culture, you know, especially if you got the
especially
good
in LA, especially in SoCal, like for real, like 100 a quarter is like, hey, if you wanted a zipper, bro, that's $4 right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, usually between 3 and 4, and it's like maybe 350, right? Like if you just, but like it's the
all man.
It's not the abundance. The supply is like cannot keep up with the demand. That's what the price is what it is. It's like the exact opposite for the Bay Area. There's so much supply. It's like the demand from other areas
like
of
the stuff we were smoking
state
like the flower we're smoking. Like, you know what I mean? I would pay like $350 for a zip because I'm getting some super de-duper. Like, and what I'm pulling on, and the pack, you know, we're not dipping into none of the packs. You know what I mean? Then again, too, I've been through hella hard times where it'd be like every time the packs come through, I'm you know, and they always gonna be an eighth over, or because you know they always put a couple over to compensate. That's what they say the true LB is. I always argue it, but either way, so I take that shit out, bro. You know what I mean? Hard times, like anything over is mine.
Charges to the game.
Charges to the game.
And Carl said, "Congratulations, Bogey. You took 3 minutes, 24 seconds to roll that last joint compared to the 4:09:32."
Yeah, but see, you weren't here. You weren't here when my top time is 2:07 right now. You know what I mean?
But he just said for an improvement of 44.62 seconds. That's all he's saying. Just that you improved.
That's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's light work. You know what I mean?
And let's see who else put some stoner movies in here. Peacock said, I think my top 4. Grandma's Boy. Yeah, I mean, if we've done a podcast on it, it's definitely my top 5.
Yeah, I gotta throw Grandma's Boy in the top 5. That's a new classic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's even before Pineapple Express, right?
Yeah, 2007. That's when I saw it. 2007. When did that come out?
Yeah, 2005 or 6.
Wow. Because I remember it was one of them ones when
2006.
When the homie came through with and Netflix was on the PS3 now.
Yeah.
And then he was like, bro, you never seen Grandma's Boy? And he's like, I got my PS3 in the car. And he brought it out of the car and he plugged it in. I was like, oh shit, Grandma's Boy was the shit, man.
So he said Grandma's Boy, Half Baked, Harold and Kumar, and How High. Yeah, and I mean Harold and Kumar and How High definitely up in the mix as well. You know what's funny?
I forgot about How High, man. Gotta throw it in there, man.
Yeah, you know what's
hard. It's hard to say my ultimate favorite, but that's why I always go back to Cheech and Chong's next movie because that shit has me dying till this day.
Yeah, because I mean, movies like that, they just, like I said, if it's a weed movie that's like really hitting the culture, nail on the head, like, we could tell those people who are amongst the weed culture writing this somehow, like they're just going to be at the top of the list because there's so many, like shit I talked about. I can't even remember what movie we talked about it recently, but I was like, man, I was really glad to see a glass bong. Oh, it was Butterfly Effect, where fucking Frankie the Enforcer, he had the big old fucking 18-inch fucking glass bong, looked like a fucking Jerome Baker. And I was like, see, it's real refreshing to see like a glass bong in there because we see so many TV shows or movies where they're just using a bullshit, fucking plastic bong and like, come on, man. Like, no. No, I hate seeing that shit. And One Nation, we'll come back. We'll come back to that one in a sec. And Zoo Crew said, Mac and Devin go to high school. It's free. I have not even seen that one yet. I've not even seen that one yet. And Kay said Up in Smoke, man. Love Up in Smoke. It's my second favorite Cheech and Chong movie because I'm a little bit more partial like Bogey is to Next Movie, just because of how crazy. I mean, all of them are crazy, but like for me, like that one was just the best one. Up in Smoke, definitely number 2 on the Cheech and Chongs, but definitely amongst all the greats of the greats. That is for sure. That is for sure. And Peacock said, I saw Harold and Kumar twice in the theaters. Second time I was so blitzed, I tried to pay for a ticket with the $1 bill thinking I gave the dude a 10. That is so fucking funny. And Harold and Kumar was, I worked at a video store when I found out about Harold and Kumar, and it was just one of the new release movies. I didn't even I heard nothing about it. Like at the time, I didn't really watch TV. Like at the time, that was a time when I was either working or smoking weed with someone or on the road doing something, weed involved probably. And, but yeah, like someone came into the video store that I worked at, and they were like, hey, have you seen Harold and Kumar yet? And I was like, no, what the fuck is that? And they're like, oh, it's the brand new movie that came out. They were like, you smoke weed? And I was like, yeah. They're like, you look like you smoke weed. I just fucking laughed.
He sold you on the movie in the store?
Yeah, like I'm the one working there.
Bro.
And this is, if you smoke weed, you fucking love it. And I was like, all right. And we got free rentals, like from when I was working there. So
yeah, hell yeah, which means you just take whatever.
Yeah, so I would, watch that shit that night. Instant classic, because that's another one, right? When that one came out in like 2005.
See, I'm fucking with the first one. I never seen any of the other ones.
I love the second one. Third one, I watch it around Christmas time. It's worth the watch around Christmas time.
I mean. And I will say Harold and Kumar is not really like my most favorite because I never revisited it much neither because I just never really fucked with it. You know what I mean? Like, it was cool. It do remind me of some of the homies that I know though in real life. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not just talking about ethnicity-wise. I'm talking about like just back in the days when we would just get high and go on a mission. Bro, let's go to Sonic's. Like Sonic's was not close to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like an hour and like 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
So you're like, bro, let's go to Sonic's, right? We get hella high. Then you go, by the time you get there, you order all kind of shit, bro.
Yeah.
Hella shit. And you just gorge. And then, like, you have all those leftovers, and you're like, fuck it. All right, let's go home. You know what I mean?
When they first opened a Sonic in San Diego, because Sonic was one of those ones where it had
saw the commercials forever.
Yeah, for years before you could actually eat there.
Saw the commercials forever. I was like, what is that one now, bro? Where is it?
The Sonics that opened in now it's everywhere. Multiple like, I hate it. They always fuck up every time I go there, so I don't even fuck with it anymore. But I remember, it's like a 30-minute drive from where we were, and we had to wait in probably like an hour line because motherfuckers were waiting forever to like get that. Yeah, because we went like the first week that it opened. So it was still amongst like everybody in San Diego, going to this one spot to finally try Sonic. And we just got so stoned and fucking kept ordering food in the fucking, not the drive-through, but the little chill area where you drive up, you push the button.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Bring the food out. And if you ever want to fuck with someone like real good, you get two of the slushy things with like 4 flavors and like 2 each. And then you just tell them you want the most amazing, like, flavor rush like ever. Like just to hit both of the straws at the same time. But man, you get the most wicked brain freeze. Like if you really just like want to fuck with someone, the most wicked brain freeze. Yeah, so
I'll be mad as fuck. Why'd you tell me it was gonna be amazing?
Like this was one of those ones that has your fucking had your eyeballs crying and shit until that shit goes away.
That's one of those ones where you start closing your eyes. You're like, ah.
One Nation said the Netflix series Disjointed is pretty decent. A lot of people hate on that. I really like it, and it's from I guess it's because it's from the person who was like one of the.
Oh, shit. Hold on, let me. I'll be right back. I just saw the text.
Disjointed was it was a show based on the person who was the inspiration for Nancy in Weeds, and like she was a part of that show. I can't remember who else was like working on like the writing staff and stuff, but yeah, Kathy Bates and classic characters. I liked it. It sucked that they only got the one season or whatever. That's what sucked. And Office had only been to Sonic twice. Wish they had a drive through. So I went to gone to Sonic a few times since I've been here in Vegas. Man, like probably don't want to wish that they had a drive through because man, this shit is slow. Like, I remember one time, no fucking joke, like, literally waited for, like, 45 minutes for, like, a shake. Like, the food was, like, food came out, and, like, we're waiting for this shake. And they ended up giving all of our food for free because just...
Worth the wait.
Yeah, so, I stayed versus leaving. And, like, I'll tell you one time, it was hilarious. I remember this shit. I was pissed in the Sonic drive-thru. This is years and years ago. Where, like, I'm waiting forever for the food, and I'm at the window. And, like, I'm not saying anything or nothing. Like, I'm just hella pissed, though. Like, man, these motherfuckers are taking more fucking ever. What is going on? And the dude comes to the window, and he was like, man, really sorry for how long this is taking. Here's a free meal for the next time you come. Like, all right,
nice,
fine.
You can see that motherfucker in there though. He's trying, you know what I mean? Because they're in there cooking and they're doing everything, right?
Yeah,
that little fishbowl and shit.
Yeah, shit's so funny. So, but I still remember that, and I was like, man, that was the time that I wanted to be mad. And but see that's like the right way. Like, fuck, if I had some free fucking meal coupons, like, man, like I'm not being shiesty with those because I don't want anybody to get mad at me over some bullshit.
Yeah, real talk. And listen, bro, when I ask for the extra ranch or something like that, bro, just give it to me. God damn it. Getting so upset. It's 25 cents. Fine, charge me, motherfucker.
That's their dope, right?
Sauce Nazis.
I know.
The extra sauces, man.
Every time some shit happens like that, I will want to pull out a bunch of change and just like pay with a bunch of change to like get back at him somehow.
Right? I'm like, bro, you know this ain't your sauce. You know what I mean?
Well, what's super weird is that every place is a little bit different, right? It could be the exact same restaurant, but they're all franchise owned, so maybe they're a little bit fucking differently trained and shit. Because I swear, there's a Jack in the Box that's like a little bit closer to the 15 freeway, and then there's a Jack in the Box that's like a little bit north of where we are. And the one that's north of us, they don't care. Like they'll give me 5, ranch, no matter what, like whatever. I go to the other one, like, oh, maximum is 2. I'm sorry, or maximum is 1, or whatever, because of whatever you got.
It's like, bitch,
how do you know that I don't eat ranch with my fries? I don't, but like, like, how do you know anything about anything?
Here's the thing. I tell those motherfuckers like this. Listen, it's not your sauce, okay? And if you can charge me, then charge me. They'll get mad. Like I'm not finna get. Maybe 9 times out of 10 people they just drive away mad or something.
Yeah,
I'll stay right there. Listen, bro. Okay. Oh, so you mean to tell me it's $10 a sauce? Give me 4 of them, then, motherfucker.
Like the ketchup and shit. Oh no, you only get like this many ketchups. I remember I worked at McDonald's when I was like 16, yeah. And man, anytime anybody asked for ketchup, because we'd only give like a couple. But if someone asked for it, I would just give them like a handful. Like I don't give a fuck.
Because they asked for it. Because you know why? Every time I have ketchup on my bag, I didn't even ask for that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how many sauces do you get with a 20-piece nugget? You know what I'm saying? I mean, right? Like I would imagine, give me 4. Right, but then even then, so 1 sauce for every 5 nuggets. You know what? I need 8.
Well, see, it's bullshit. I swear, I don't know if this is true. It could just be like me being stoned and like mixing up the story. But I swear, one time I was like, "How many sauces come with the 10-piece?" And they were like 2. And I was like, "Okay, how many come with the 20-piece?" And they're like 3. It's like, wait, hold on. I get like
at one point, okay, look at this.
Get 4.
Okay, I get it now. I understand it now. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
So at one point they were like, yeah, you get 4 sauces that come with a 20-piece. And then Ronald McDonald's like, hold on. How much we charge for a sauce? 25 cents, sir. Okay. We're gonna make them buy that 4th sauce now. And I think about the big old conglomerate that McDonald's is, right? They make millions and millions just doing that move.
Hey, shout out to Steve. He said he just listened to the Shutter Island review. There we go. What'd you think, bro? What'd you think? There's going to be other episodes are going to be dropping throughout the week.
Yeah, that was Act 1.
Crispy is pissed about the trade that I made with Chaotic. He said I'm taking advantage of her. Crispy, I'm not taking advantage of her. That is what cost.
How is it when she sends it to you, though? That's the thing, though.
Yeah, she sent me the 2 first rounders and a second rounder. I added on the 6th and the 7th. Like, I mean, those are the gimmies anyways. Like, that's just the throw-ins to, like, make that happen. She put the bulk of that trade already in there.
That's funny.
Because, come on, those 6th and 7th rounders, like, if she wins a championship this year, because she said she's going for it. Her team is pretty dope, like, over there. And if she wins a championship this year, you think she cares about the 6th round for next year and the 7th round for 2 years from now? Hell no.
Buying a chip feels just as good as winning one.
Yeah, and how you going to buy it?
Sometimes you got to buy the chip, bro.
Crispy said,
sometimes you got to do it.
And Crispy said, I'm just fucking with you. Yeah. I know, Crispy. We know you're a ball breaker. And let's see what One Nation say. I forget their names, but the ones who played the 2 idiots on Disjointed to get their own spinoff. And see, and I think like, because I like their characters too, but they were almost so stupid that I think that could have been why some people didn't like it as well. Like, I don't know. It's, yeah, who the hell knows, right? I'm curious. Like, what was the reason? I'm curious what was the reason about the, about why they didn't make it more than 1 season. And see, Chaotic said, I feel good about the trade. Hell yeah, because AJ Brown is a top 5 dynasty wide receiver. And I even said it, Bogey, is this true or false? That I might never, like with those three top picks, I might not draft a wide receiver who comes anywhere close to AJ Brown's like value.
I mean, those picks are likely to be packaged up and then bring you back established players already. Like, you know, that's the smart thing about acquiring those first round picks. Is there's always going to be someone else that's in rebuild mode, or someone else that like is just, you know, enamored by these rookies that they'll pay up for these first round picks. So that's why you do shit like that. You know what I mean?
And One Nation, here we go. Go back to the question that you have. 12 team Superflex PPR IDP. I like it. If it's an IDP, start letting us know.
Nice.
He said, would you give up Rondale Moore and a 2024 second for Ayuk? Probably. Yeah.
What?
The difference.
If I can get Ayuk, fuck yeah. Unless it's a trick question and you have Ayuk and someone's trying to get him off you for that, no, don't do that. But if you're
acquiring Ayuk, for sure.
Yeah, if you're acquiring Ayuk, yeah, we're doing that. Smash.
Yeah, I mean, especially if someone thinks that Rondale Moore is going to be like insane this year because Hopkins got moved, you know, like, yeah, definitely.
Then you're an insane person.
I mean, there's a lot of insane people out there. There is for sure. So I loved Rondale Moore when he came out. Like, I'm so disappointed that he hasn't done better than what he's done, because I know I got him on a handful.
I learned to not bank on the little guys anymore, and when they're receivers, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because they're in this day and age they're too gadgety. You know what I mean?
Bro, speaking of that, someone was trying to like shout how A-Chain is like going to be the man in the group, and I was like, he's a little guy. I was like, I'm not banking on it. And his response was Barry Sanders was 5'8". I was like, come on, man. Did you just compare A-Chain to Barry Sanders?
What is?
So I'm just like, there's crazy fucking people in the world.
How does that person know how to type? I'm surprised that person can read, man. What kind of compare? Like, wow.
There's people who try to make an argument out of anything. I seen it.
Listen, bro. Barry Sanders was fine.
I don't think he responded after I said, "Did you really just compare A-Chain to Barry Sanders?" I don't think he responded after that. It might have even deleted the whole thread of our communication because he just sounded stupid as hell.
When he posted that shit, he was erased from existence.
Erased from existence. I can't wait till we get to as we go up in the best balls. So we're filling up through number 40, 30. What are we doing? 30, 38 through 40 right now. The 55 best ball division. Hold on. Back to the Future 2. That one's gonna be fucking awesome. And then when we get up to 69.
69, dudes.
Bill and Ted.
Let's go.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah. What time is it? 10?
Yep, 10 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, I gotta get up out of here.
Cool, yeah, we'll shut this down right now. And Carl said, like, when I order through Taco Bell through DoorDash, they give me 2 mild sauces for 6 burritos. What the fuck?
And before at the Taco Bell that I grew up around, man, they would ask you the sauce that you want when you order in the window, and then when you get your food, they give you your sauce in its own bag, and they give you hella.
Yeah.
They always give you like over the top hella much. You know what I mean?
Office, I'm trying to turn my AJ shares into CD, not getting that shit done. I mean, they're pretty close in value already. So
I mean, yeah, you almost gotta just try to get AJ along with your CD, and the way you would do that is you see what that AJ team needs. You know what I mean? Like if they need a running back and you're willing, you know what I mean? Like I don't think, because then if that's the case, I would want more. I would want AJ plus for CD. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's how I would be viewing it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's not happening. You're gonna end up having.
There may be some people who want CD plus for AJ. I mean, it just depends.
Exactly. I was gonna say then it becomes a subjective thing. Like what if you know what I mean? Or is it like too lateral of a trade and it becomes like just because you like that person better? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You like
which is dynasty, and sometimes you got to pay the guys that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said people want. People want too much. Plus, I'm offering AJ plus. Okay, he said he already offering AJ plus for CD.
Yeah.
Crispy said, "How about AJ and Jefferson?" I mean, Jefferson's just in the top tier, like kind of by himself, or like him and Chase, like in that tier by themselves. And then
I think Garrett Wilson's kind of in that little middle tier, like there, where he could like join them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I feel like he could join them. Like that's his upside this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you want, I would say start putting together some rankings. I'm going to do that as well, just so we can have share with the Patreon members and stuff, at least our tiers.
We start throwing something together for sure.
Yeah, I've already kind of started, but yeah, I got to. We're gonna deep dive into that real soon. All right, we'll see you guys back here for FNT, and then we got 2 slow drafts that we're going to be starting today. So we'll see you guys for that as well. Peace out.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the, here comes the.